Welcome to another installment of Terrace Tips. Today we're going to talk about dividing complex numbers. It's easy to do when you know the trick, but the trick is, how do you remember the trick? Here's how I remember the trick. There's a phrase, divide and conquer. Now, divide and conquer, not for complex numbers. For complex numbers, it's divide and conjugate. That's how I remember it, because the trick for dividing a complex number is to do a complex conjugate. So let me show you. Suppose we're supposed to divide 1 plus I by 2 minus I. We think divide and conquer, divide and conjugate. And so you're supposed to conjugate the bottom one. So we write it as 1 plus I over 2 minus I. But then the trick is we do a complex conjugate of the bottom one, and we both multiply and divide by it. So 2 plus I is the complex conjugate of 2 minus I, so we multiply and divide by it. And that's the divide and conjugate trick. And now it's just math. You'll see how this works. We do the top one is 1 plus I times 2 plus I, which is 1 times 2 plus I times 2 plus 1 times I plus I times I. We expand out the bottom, 2 times 2 minus I times 2 plus 2 times I minus I times I. And now look what has happened. Because we did this conjugate thing, we were multiplying a number by its complex conjugate. You may remember that's always real. We're seeing that happen right here. The minus 2i cancels the plus 2i, and this I squared. What's I squared? I squared is minus 1. We have that in the numerator as well, but now the denominator is totally real. And so this is just a simple, straightforward division problem. The numerator becomes 2 minus 1 is 1, plus 2i plus 1i is 3i. The denominator becomes 2 times 2 is 4, minus minus 1, so that's 4 minus minus 1, which is 5. 1 plus 3i over 5, or in other words, a fifth plus 3/5 I. So that's the trick. You've probably seen it before, and now you know the trick to remembering the trick, which is divide and conjugate. So that's it for this little tip. If you need more practice, head over to our website, and we're there if you want extra help as well.